Well, I guess I gotta throw one quick highway run in this video. I'm sure you guys don't mind. Get one more feel on the 800 tune before going to the 930. Oh, this never gets old. This car never gets old. Man. Welcome back to the channel, guys. How you doing? So today we're gonna be, I have a friend coming over. We're gonna try to put the car on the Ignite E90, pulley it down to the 3-inch pulley, and you know, get the car on the good stuff and get ready for boost season. But before that, I kind of want to just drain a little bit more of the fuel out of the car, make it a little easier to swap all the fuel over, and I'm gonna put a video on that. But anyways, I thought I would shoot a video, instead of talking about the things that I love about this car, talking about some of the things that I do not love. Well, you know, things that I dislike on the car. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so I got 3 things that I thought I'd talk about things I just kind of just don't really love about the car. So we'll get on the road here. We got about half a tank of gas. So like I said, I just want to drain, you know, burn some more of this fuel up. That way when I pump the tank empty, there's just less to pump out and it's just easier and quicker. So I thought it would be a good time to shoot a video. So 3 things, 2 of which are the car's direct fault, or maybe just my personal preferences of the car. One of which is not really the car's fault, and I'll kind of get into that and what I mean by that. So the first thing that I dislike about this car is a little bit of the reliability issues. Now, to be fair, most of those issues were right when I got the car back in 2011. I had just got the car in June. Had the car at the dyno, performance dyno, within like 3 or 4 days of it coming up from Florida. Like I said, I had bought this car out of Florida, sight unseen. It was 22,500 with 16,000 miles on it, and I had it trailered up. Best day of my life. Anyways, had it at the dyno right away, went back to the dyno again, and I'll put the video in here. Had a ported blower on it this time. I think it made like 478 wheel, and I'm like, you know what? We gotta go down to Mustang week. So I've had the car for less than a month. We're driving down to Mustang week, me and my best friend Dan. And I didn't even know what a fuel rail pressure sensor was back in the day, but my car ended up blowing 3 of them in like a 48-hour window. And you know, honestly, at that time was probably the lowest time of owning this car. Is I truly thought about selling it. And if you don't know what a fuel rail pressure sensor is, there's basically of the stock fuel rails, there's a pressure sensor that's on the fuel rail, which basically senses the pressure and tells the computer how you know how to adjust the pumps, the voltage at the fuel pump. What would happen is though, is when you turn the key, and if you had a PPRV delete, which was like a check valve in the fuel system, the fuel would smack that diaphragm so hard that it would break the diaphragm. What happened at that point is all of your fuel in your fuel rails basically ends up in your intake, and you way overflood the motor and goes super rich, a lot of gas in the oil. In my car, in one weekend, blew 3 of those, and it was really a hard time for me to like the car. Pressure disc in it. I had it like overnighted to my condo, and it fixed everything. And I didn't blow another fuel oil pressure sensor all the way up until I put the return fuel system in, which it's a little bit different setup, so it's not going to happen. So that's the first thing I didn't like, was kind of that reliability issue. More so onto that, you know, these cars, like I said, are alternators. I'm now on, I had my stock alternator. That lasted till 30,000 miles, so I think it lasted 15,000 of my ownership. Got a J2 fab alternator, that one blew up. Well, it stopped charging, I should say, it didn't blow up, sorry. Got another J2 fab, which is what's on the car now. It does work pretty good, but you know, I still see every now and then, I look down at my, you know, Aeroforce, and it's showing that it's in the high 11s, low 12s, which I'm not really happy with. So I know down the road I'm gonna have to change the alternator again. And like I said, I have a Kenneth Miley Jr. alternator at my house already. I'll put a link in the video. He's a pretty cool guy. He's got a lifetime warranty on it. So I'll put a link right there for you. So those both are kind of issues why I just, you know, really kind of dislike. Granted, you know, the car's making more than double the power it came from the factory, so if the only reliability issues I had is a $40 sensor or like an $80 sensor and an alternator, you know what? I'm pretty pleased with that. The second thing I dislike about the car, and that's, you know, a little bit my fault, a little bit the car's fault, is the position of the shifter. And you know, maybe it's, I'm on the shorter side, I'm only 5'9", maybe I got short arms, it's definitely possible, but if I sit at a comfortable distance from the gas pedal and the clutch pedal, I have a really hard time reaching 5th gear if I don't lean forward like this. And you know, it, along with the fact that this car just shifts a little bit difficult, I've never really been totally comfortable shifting this car fast. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's the position. It could be me. I mean, I'm not an expert driver here, okay? You know, I'm sure I could improve some things, and I own that. But this is not, for me, an easy car to shift quickly. You know, you can get me in my daily driver, I can power shift that thing without even missing a beat. Where this, I'm afraid to power shift it, and it's just, aside from the fact I might break it, but I just don't think I can shift it fast enough to do that. And you know, that takes away from kind of how fast it is in a roll, you know, but it's not all about racing, it's about enjoying the car, the feel, the drama. That I kind of like. So the shifting position and shifting style, that is the second thing that I don't really like about this car. The third and final thing that I don't really like about this car is not actually the car's fault, but the Cobra Mustang community, car community themselves. And you know, I used to post a little bit more online, and I kind of slowed it down a little bit. Man, there's just so many trolls nowadays, and people that are the sole purpose of, you know, pissing people off or, you know, making fun of them, stuff like that. But there's two aspects of the community. I was actually going through some of my memories on Facebook. I remember during the Mustang week, when all the Cobras and the Mustangs are leaving Myrtle Beach and they're all spinning out, I remember there was like a solid 2 years you could not post a picture of your Mustang on any car group, even Mustang car groups, without being made fun of, you know, for crashing your car. Or, hey, how do you keep the blood stains off the car? I actually found a screenshot. I'm gonna put it in the video right here. It just kind of shows you what it's like to own a Mustang during that time. You know, it was just, you know, it was a funny joke for the first month or two, but man, when you've been dragging it out for like 2 years, I'm like, come on guys, let's talk about something different here, you know? But what I dislike mostly about the Cobra community. This boggles my mind, and I'm really curious if you're not in the Cobra community and you've stumbled across this video. Maybe you got a CTSV, maybe you got a Camaro, maybe, I don't know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you have, WRX. I'm very curious if this happens in your Facebook groups and in your conversations on forums, for people who still even use forums, of when people are selling a really nice used example of these cars and they post it for a decent price, higher price. It boggles my mind that people complain about the higher price. I just don't understand, because we're in this group online because we very likely own the car. Well, if you own the car, how could you be mad that your fellow car owners are charging a higher price? I mean, that literally means that the value of your car is increasing. How could you be mad? I mean, I see it every time. There are just 75% of the comments on a nicer Cobra is complaining about the price, and I just don't understand it. I mean, it's like you, in your neighborhood, you own your own house, and you're seeing other houses around you going for more money. I mean, that is a good thing. It means your house is worth more money. Maybe it's just me. Am I the only one that likes to have an asset that might be appreciating instead of depreciating? I can't be the only one. So I'm dying to know, does that happen in other communities as well? Anyways, I think that's a bit, wow, I can't even talk. I think that's about it for now. We probably got about a quarter tank of gas left, which should be pretty easy to pump out. And like I said, I'll make a video tonight showing how to swap the gas over, the pulley, all that jazz. Get the car on the kill tune, which I have very little experience driving in. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more comfortable on it and get it to the dragway. I'm thinking next week or the following week. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't. Take care.